See, Jeremy Hunt, as you can see, speaking now in Berlin.
It would be an enormous mistake if Europe were to allow Brexit or other internal challenges to make us introspective. Because when we look inwards, our adversaries sense an opportunity. Russia has broken the prohibition on acquiring territory by force by redrawing a European frontier and annexing 10,000 square miles of Ukraine. Having taken Crimea, Russia then deployed troops and tanks in eastern Ukraine, igniting a conflict that's claimed nearly 11,000 lives and driven over 2 million people from their homes. At the same time, the global ban on the use of chemical weapons, dating back almost a century, has been violated time and again in Syria, even also on the soil of my own country in Salisbury. Meanwhile, the onward march of democracy that followed the fall of the Berlin Wall has come to a halt, and some say it's going backwards. In the 2 decades after 1989, there were 29 new democracies around the world. But this century, it's been different. And last week, Freedom House reported that 2018 was the 13th consecutive year when there was a decline in political and civil liberties around the world. So we must never assume that the arc of history will automatically bend towards democracy and liberalism. Wise decisions made by a generation of leaders in the last century shaped the world as we know it. And the question is whether this generation of leaders will do the same. And that is why it is so important that Britain and Germany continue to work side by side. There is much to celebrate. Together we are preserving the Iran nuclear agreement, keeping Iran free of nuclear weapons, and keeping the world safer as a result. Together we are resisting the evil of chemical weapons from Salisbury to Syria, ensuring the price is always too high for countries that use these terrible weapons. Together we are upholding the Paris Climate Change Treaty, ensuring future generations will not pay the price for our prosperity today. Together we're working for lasting peace in the Western Balkans. Indeed, on my first day as Foreign Secretary, I met Chancellor Merkel at a summit to discuss the issue of peace in the Western Balkans. And Professor Lambert, her first words to me as the new Foreign Secretary were, "Congratulations, if that's the right word." At the same time, British and German security services and police are cooperating silently and tirelessly to guard our citizens and our European friends from terrorism and organised crime. Our diplomats train side by side. Only last week, 78 British and German diplomats were attending joint classes in the Foreign Office in London. Our soldiers serve together in Afghanistan, where yours are the second biggest contribution to the NATO mission. Our soldiers are also protecting NATO's eastern borders, where UK troops are the largest component of the enhanced forward presence in Poland and the Baltic states. Some in Germany have seen...
Jeremy Hunt.